Even with the floodwaters surrounding me, I just couldn't stop playing LA Noire. Hello everyone. That was only both a joke and also slightly true. It's not so much of a flood as leaks. House is leaking. It's raining a lot. So, yeah, I'm doing this in between having to shop vac water out of my house. Isn't that great? Yeah. Any case, welcome back to LA Noire. Last time, Jack Kelso and his partner have been investigating some kind of shady arsons and some shady dealings from the Elysian Fields Development Fund. The last cutscene that we saw was his mistress Elsa had a friend who died doing work for Elysian Fields, and they gave her a settlement rather than having her sue and look into the situation. And Cole Phelps said, "Hey, you should take this to my buddy Jack Kelso." And he was correct, and so that's what she's going to do. And this time, we will not be playing... I can't get that mouse cursor off, sorry. This time we will not be playing as Cole Phelps. We will instead be playing as Jack Kelso.
Mr. Kelso?
That's what the sign on the door says, miss.
Olive oil comes from olive.
$20,000. That's quite a bit of money.
There's no need to come into the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept the settlement.
What do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay. Let me get the case file.
Yep. This is a house, alright.
There's got to be more in these files.
Whoa. So, is it... I don't know how to read this properly, but it seems like... Oh, the property is insured for that much, not the guy. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, it's the opinion of the investigator that the death of this guy...
Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. Sorry for your loss.
Constitutes a genuine and unavoidable industrial accident, and no fault can be ascribed to Elysian Field developers. Is that right? Yeah, so he was working on the roof. The rafters broke. He fell, snapped his neck. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking for here. I think I'm just supposed to leave now.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
You're a pretty good liar, but not the best.
You want me to reopen this case based on your woman's intuition? That isn't going to happen. Take the money.
I've already told you I do not want the money. There's something wrong with that house.
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
And...
You expect me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island. Resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
Yeah. Apparently the whole German what's the word? Prejudice against Germans was quite severe after World War II.
So the roof collapsed, accidents happened. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Miss Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
Sure, why not?
I'm intrigued, Miss Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address, not the phone number.
Ooh, smooth. Don't look too hard there, Jack.
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs. Come on, I'll walk you up.
It's awful nice of you. I'm sure if I were actually Jack Kelso, I'd know where his office is, but new players probably wouldn't know, and this is a rather large building, so it's very kind of you, miss. However, I'll go on ahead if you don't mind.
He can't really help me.
Mr. Benson, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, Jack. I'm just trying out a new putter. I noticed Elsa Lichtman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lichtman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think
She's
of
the
it.
beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that
She's a
something
very
happened.
highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money,
Deal
sir.
with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
The main reason Santa's so jolly is because he knows we're all...
Your car, Mr. Kelso.
Thank you.
Thanks, kid.
I survived the war for this?
Delightful curbside service. I gotta work. I get to work at this place. No, radio. Why? Why do you hate me, radio? This place should look a little bit familiar. I believe this is where we were at in a previous case with Cole Phelps. wasn't much to investigate when we were here with him. However, Jack knows a little bit more about what's to look for here.
That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners.
Thank you for telling us that. I would know nothing about mixing cement. However, apparently this is a horrible, horrible mixture that will not work properly.
Bulldozing and starting again.
Yep, so the place where Lou Buckwalter died has been scheduled for demolition. Seems a little bit strange.
Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed.
Move forward even if everything's unsafe.
Hey! You just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso, from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off.
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter, and...
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
But why?
You're a real asshole. You know that?
I came to see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate and 3 houses down to the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight.
Just casual brawls and then being chummy afterwards, I guess? I don't know.
The place falls down and then they bulldoze it. What gives here?
It's nice of them to mark the important things with red flags for me, though. What do we have here? You can't look at it here. We'll find a piece of wood later. Well, we will look at this on, but as you can see, the lumber here says not for construction use. Isn't that something? I don't know if it's just the game engine or because of the actual in-game effects, but that brick seems really lightweight for how he's just kind of jostling it around. Again, I don't think we can use this wood, even though it says clearly something on it. We have to go back here in the back and put 2 pieces of wood together that say what we can find on any one piece of wood instead.
Let's try to piece this together. That's not right.
Oh. We need this one. Nope, that's not right.
They don't quite fit.
I'll get them right eventually. There's only 3 options. There we go.
Keystone Films. Who gets their lumber from a film studio?
It's a good question. This guy. He apparently is still a bit mad about us beating him up earlier. So he's just going to kill us with a bulldozer. Isn't that great? No! Won't run! Whoops. Alright, so the idea here is we get up on this platform. Ah, too slow. It's because I screwed up running earlier. So if the bulldozer just slightly taps you, you die. So you can't let it do that. So the idea here is just hop these hurdles until you get to the first platform. And if you shoot at him, he gets a little bit freaked out. And I jump into the bulldozer and die. This is my most commonly skipped segment because it's just a big pain in the ass. It really sucks. It's not very forgiving, time-wise. See, look at that shit. Look at that bullshit. Yeah, let's skip it. You just run to the end of the ditch and he crashes and gets knocked out. There, see, look. Knocked out. Should probably take him in and arrest him for attempted murder, but we'll Jack Kelso. We don't have time to stop for that. We do have time instead to go to a game. Well, I'm going to talk over this.
It's been a year.
Okay. I'm sorry, ma'am. I need to use the phone. You were in my way.
Jack Kelso, California Fire and Life investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is 658 North Wilton Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Yep, so let's get on and investigate what's going on there.
I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident.
Here?
No, not here. At a housing development over on Normandy Avenue.
So?
I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since '41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kinda hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here, I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields. They're working on a housing development over at Wilton and Santa Monica. You'll have to hop it.
Can do. However, first I think we have some stuff to look at in here. Don't we? No. Okay, my mistake. And for those of you who aren't in the know for super old things, talkies were what they called movies when they started having sound in them. So apparently this place only did silent films.
That's one way to keep your costs down. Too bad it won't support a roof.
Or a person walking on it. And I forget, I think it's one of these boxes maybe? No. I can't walk over the pile of lumber apparently. There we go.
So this is where their lumber comes from?
Seems a little bit sketchy to me.
Gotta be something else around here. Wonder what's left in the buildings.
Good question. Man, you're a master of parkour there, Mr. Kelso. And here we have a really bizarre puzzle. It seems like it's almost just here for padding out time. But anyway.
Let's see what the rich and powerful have to say for themselves.
Let's do it.
The reel should be nearby.
Apparently the film is already in the player. This is great. So we have to both make the film be in focus and have the sound audio be correct.
In a great day for the future of Los Angeles, civic leaders and businessmen joined forces to launch the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund pledges to speed up housing development for returning GI.
Gentlemen, this is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He's our latest investor in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Doctor, this is Curtis Benson. He's Vice President of the California Fire and Life.
Pleased to meet you, Doctor.
Ray Gordon, editor of the Times.
Doctor.
District Attorney Donald Sandler and Police Chief Warren.
Gentlemen, I am delighted to be in such exalted company.
You're making quite a name for yourself, Doctor, amongst the thespian fraternity.
I find that those of artistic temperament
are often of a fragile mental disposition.
It's a short step from miscreant to recidivism, Doctor.
Very true. But I think we could all agree that the City of Angels does rather well basking in the reflection of the motion picture industry. Hear, hear. And it's something that every sucker getting off a train at Union Station wants a part of. Gentlemen, we're here to sell the American dream, and Hollywood is our greatest advertiser.
So, how is your new development selling, Leland?
Cannot throw them up fast enough, Ray.
And that's part of the problem, Leland. Washington is receiving steady complaints. There's a clamor for public housing.
God damn it, Ray. Public housing is tantamount to communism. Now, that's why we fought this goddamn war. I'm telling you, it's Reds via the back door.
You can't have it both ways, Leland. The new freeways are being built to service all your developments out in the boondocks. They're all being built with government money.
The GI Bill is government money.
There's a difference.
What difference?
The GI money ends up in my pocket.
I hope you mean our pockets, Leland. We're all investors.
Of course, Curtis. So, when will the freeway bond be passed on?
It still has to be ratified. It takes a long time to raise $3 billion.
I need to find a game well or a telephone.
$3 billion. That's quite a lot of money. I'm not quite sure who filmed that or why. Okay. See, it's branded like it's a thing to be put on the front of the movies for like the public to hear. But that's some really incriminating shit that they just said. So I'm really confused about that. I don't know who recorded it or how or why. Anyway, whatever.
Operator, Los Angeles Police Dispatch, if it's not too much trouble.
Putting you through now.
This is Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for GIs.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lickman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of story, Jack. I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lickman or Lou Buckwalter.
Can you put me through to Michigan 221?
Putting the call through.
Hello?
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there tonight. I take a break around 9. I'll be waiting at the stage door. We can talk then. Auf Wiedersehen, Mr. Kelso.
Thank you.
And don't suppose I'll make a plea, 'cause baby, you know I'm guilty.
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risk. Can you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
I'll go see him in the morning.
See, Cole Phelps is a good man. He just needs a little bit of a nudge. Oh, not like that. Hey, now.
Turkey salad sandwich was great.
Turkey salad is gross. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, it's the middle of the night. It's the best time to go investigate another building site. Let's go do it. While Cole and Elsa are in the alleyway doing stuff. That's a bit unusual. Let's go investigate. It's a dark house in the middle of nowhere. No one around. No one knows we're here. Sure. Seems completely reasonable. Oops, wrong button. Apologies, everyone. I just wanted to look for clues, which I don't believe there are any, but okay, no clues. We just have to investigate the light. Oh, it's out now. That's super.
You lose something, Mac?
I thought these private eye types were all wise guys with smart mouths.
Looks like the snappy repartee has all dried up.
Get on with it.
What's your hurry, Mac? You got some place to go?
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
Let's put a few grapples in that.
3 meters.
I don't believe you can win this fight, but let's try it. Oops.
You're a worn, tough guy. You should learn to take a hint. Get him downstairs and into the trunk.
Yep, as I said, that's an unwinnable fight.
Sure, he turned up all right. He's wishing he didn't. He's in the trunk. He's going nowhere. The boys introduced themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe? Yeah, I know a good place. We'll pick up a shovel and a pick on the way. It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park. We'll deal with that German bitch next.
This is dire news for one Jack Kelso. No, he's too crafty for that. And those guys are blind or deaf. Possibly both.
Elsa.
Ooh. Look, a convenient car for us to steal. Sorry. Thank you for getting out preemptively. We kind of need this vehicle.
Sorry, pal. Desperate times.
Let's get out of here.
Monroe owns the city.
Oh my gosh, there's so many guys.
I need to find Elsa.
Let's just drive off-road. Who's shooting at me and from where? And how? Oh no. I'm stuck. There we go. No problem, guys. We got this. How are they staying up with me? Holy Jesus. Get away from me, guys. Holy cow.
What's your problem?
I'm being chased by men with guns. What's your problem? This is like an action movie. How do they know where I'm going? I guess they follow the one car that's driving like a crazy person. I guess that's their plan.
The last of them?
Let's hope so, Jack. I do believe Jack's going to end up being in for a little bit of a surprise here when he gets into the apartment. Thinks he's going to show up, be like, "Oh, I got beat up for you to help protect you and solve your case and do what's right for you." Oh yeah, and it's not going to go the way he hopes.
So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?
For God's sake, Cole! Call an ambulance!
And that's the case. Yeah, Jack Kelso's in a bad way, but it could have been worse. Could be dead right now. However, now we have a little bit of a help in the case. Somebody who's outside the official channels, because, as was shown, just about every single official channel is already bought by Lillian Monroe and covering up everything. In any case, thank you for joining me. We have 3 more cases. 3 more cases in arson. Hopefully, I'll get to them sooner than the time that took between the last 2. And I will see you all next time. I got some water to go suction up. Bye bye.
You're 2 blocks behind 1st and 2nd.
We have more buildings to clear. You know our orders,
There's
Sergeant.
barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The captain doesn't want anyone falling behind.
Tell the captain we will join him when the job is done.
Just give us the word, Sarge. We'll take care of him. He should be sectioned. That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch. No one wants to serve under him. He's bad fucking luck.
Can it? We've a job to do here. If I can live with it, you can too.